Many new monsters have made their way into the oceans of old school RuneScape, some of which we're going to have to hunt thousands of to get the important pieces to build our best in slot boats. In today's video, I'm going to be tackling 100 Vampyre Krakens. These are the most powerful variety of the new Kraken species, and in turn have some of the best drops. These guys drop dragon cannonballs, dragon metal sheets, dragon keel parts, and even large dragon keel parts, which you'll need 16 of to build the large boat's keel. They also drop inky paint, and in my opinion, most importantly, the Bottle of Storm, which is used to make the greater teleport focus on your boat, which allows you to teleport your boat to the port you're at, or you to your boat. The requirements for killing these mobs are 78 sailing to access the Northern Sea, and 80 if you want to take the bounty. I highly recommend the sloop for this, as it's going to give you more space, allowing more crew members, and overall better DPS. Some of the main upgrades I'd recommend getting are the Rune Keel, as it gives you substantially more armor and HP. Unfortunately for the sloop, this is going to set you back 400 rune bars. I'd also recommend upgrading to the Ironwood Hull, which boosts your HP and defense. This one's going to cost you 400 Ironwood planks. Fortunately, they're really great to chop if you have the level, giving more XP than Redwoods, and they're at least as AFK in my opinion. Most importantly, you're going to need to build the Eternal Brazier, which allows you to navigate in that northern ocean. The next thing you want to do is hire the best crew possible. You're going to need 2 cannoneers for this, so the stat you want to look at is privateering. Jittery Jim and Oarswoman Olga both have 4, which allows them to operate high-level cannons, I think up to Dragon, and will give you some of the best DPS. For my next pick, I wanted someone all-around useful, so I just picked ex-Captain Siad. He's going to cover the helm of my boat. With my crew hired, I'm going to move on to some supplies. Although we're going to work on mitigating some damage, you'll want to make some repair kits. Fortunately, the Ironwood only costs 1 Ironwood plank per 3, although you'll also need some rune nails to go with them. And then we have cannonballs. If you have a lot of rune on hand, maybe make some rune ones, but as for me, I went to Port Roberts and bought out some mithril ones from the shops. I guess their stock goes all the way up to 8,000, but the most I found in any world was 700. They cost 150 coins each, so I stocked up on a couple thousand. Lastly, we have our gear. I heard the Ayak was pretty good, so I just went for Max Mage. I also took the Ice Ancient Scepter, as we're going to be doing some freezing, and this scepter gives extra time on your barrages, which is honestly more important than any DPS the Kodai or something else would give. Alright, it's time to set sail. You can skip this part if you're just interested in killing them without being on task, but I wanted to go grab a bounty task, since otherwise it's just leaving XP on the table. There won't be much XP to be had doing this. To get my tasks, I went over to Lunar Isle, as they have 2 types of Vampyre Kraken tasks. I'm pretty sure they rotate every 8 tasks complete, so I was fortunate to have one on the board. I think you probably always would, and potentially even 2 different Vampyre Kraken tasks. Alright, time to head up to our hunting grounds, which is going to be northwest of Lunar Isle. Okay, there's the first one. Kill the sails. I'm gonna have to find a spot to where there's one kind of out in the open so I could try that freeze under. Alright, that is the first one down. Let's see if I can reach the body from here. Hope so. I don't want to have to get too close. Let's maybe move and see if we can find a better spot. This one seems off on its own a little bit. Alright, let's see if we can try this freeze technique a little bit. Yeah, it looks like it works. I just gotta stay on top of them. Can I get both cannons on him too? That's my next question. I'm gonna tag this one because he'll be the best one to do this with. Like weirdly hit high. I hit a 20 there. But it's like very random. Most of the time you low roll. And maybe let's try to turn the cannon a little bit. Oh, they're both going now. That's perfect. I also don't think I'm getting a max hit with Augury, most likely, so I don't think it's worth using prayer pots here. And it looks like I get like 2 freezes in, and then that's pretty much it. I'm gonna harvest it and then put it in reverse and see if I can kind of reset here a little bit. Oh, dragon cannonballs! 31 of them, that's sick! I don't know if they're worth much. I can get multiple on me, which is annoying. Hopefully they can go back to where they're supposed to be. And hopefully his health doesn't regen. Yes! I got a dragon kill part! This is like my 6th kill! It's a large one! Oh my god! It's so lucky. Might have gotten slightly overexcited. At the time of recording, these are going for 9.6 mil, which is not bad. But I'm guessing I'm going to need a lot of these to do anything to my boat. I randomly got a warrior helm from the one salvage I got from the thing. No way. What if I back up a little bit more? Nice. And then we get a refreeze on it. I think it probably needs a second to refreeze. That should be frozen. We go up and we kill the sail. With both sets of cannonballs on it, it's just so much damage. I wonder how good the rune are. I'm tempted to maybe bring rune for a trip later. Maybe some adamant. I gotta see how many I have. I'm saving so many repair kits too. If I do this carefully, I'm only gonna need like a couple per trip, most likely. Lost control of my ship and now I'm getting smoked. Ooh, rune cannonballs. We take those too. I'll use those next trip. Let's see how my cannonball stack is looking. I've used 400 and something. That's pretty brutal. I'm looking at it. This is rarer than the Bottled Storm, which would have been much better, and it's just about as rare as the Inky Paint. I don't know how much the Inky Paint is. I think that's just a cosmetic. So I'm not mad about that one, but it would have been nice to get that Bottled Storm. I guess beggars can't be choosers. And maybe I will get it. It's only... the Bottled Storm's only 1 in 500, it looks like. It was a clean kill. I feel like I'm not even noticing what the loot is most of the time. I still haven't gotten the item I'm supposed to get for the quest. A couple small changes to the setup. I'm going to grab an Explorer's Ring for some alks because the inventory gets clogged up. Let's try out some of these rune ones. I doubt they're going to be that much better, but might as well, right? I think we got 18 on that last trip, which is pretty solid. 18 or 19. They are not quick, by the way. I think I'd be lucky to get like 25, 30 an hour, especially if I have port tasks, which are seeming like they're not worth it. If you're enjoying this kind of video, make sure to leave a like. This is something new, so the algorithm is going to be checking if people are liking it, and it would help me out immensely. Yeah, I don't know, I think I had like a couple strong shots with the rune cannonballs, but in general they just don't seem worth it. Which is very weird that they're designed that way. Mithril are going to be probably my go-to, especially since I can just buy them. I am noticing a little tech with the cannons. I can kind of turn and get them both to fire if they're not perfectly straight on. Sometimes they don't all fire. I think I stay in combat here, so I just have to do like a little bit of a wiggle. That's an interesting drop. It's probably one of the better things I can get. Heal 35, not bad. Back up a little bit. Oh, I got the sack! Finally, that was supposed to be like, what, 1 in 10? Took me 35 kills or something. Let's head back after this kill, even though we have some supplies left. But we might as well turn it in. If they're taking this long to get through, then I might as well stay on task the whole time. It's not that far back to the port. I think it's only 10k XP. I really hope they buff it. It doesn't make any sense that it's that little XP. I grabbed the Narwhal Tusk. Let's see if this works too, so we can maybe do both of them. Talk to him. Okay, he took both for 18k XP, and I got a shark paint. If I hit it just on the corner perfectly, straight on, I can get both cannons, and I think it works straight on that way too, so really, any 90-degree angle. A 40! Oh my god! That's my max hit. That's the max hit with the IAC, I'm pretty sure, in this gear. So, I guess you can roll past the armor, maybe? It's like criticals? Another ink sack going in. That's not a lot of XP. 70 kills down. Started hot. I'm worried we're not going to come up with anything else here. I ran out of cannonballs, and I think I had like 2,500 total, or maybe 3,000, so I'm really burning through them here. I'm only at 73 killed, so I guess I'm going to have to go buy more. This is taking a lot longer than I would have thought. Another Kraken task. I guess these rotate every 8 is what I heard. Right, that's kill number 80 down for 650 water runes. 20 more to go, not too bad. One more ink sack, let's turn it in. Yeah, I'm glad I don't have dragon cannonballs. If you're not near it, you just send them into the water. Just wasting tons of cannonballs. Imagine if those were expensive cannonballs, like rune or dragon or whatever. It's just such a bad system. If they're out of range, I don't know why it's still firing them. I had one left. My boat's on 1 HP. Damn it. Okay, I'm trying to find something I can put in this clam. I convinced my GM teammate to put an Eladinus Warden the other day, but I don't think it's worth it, so I'm not going to do that. But let's just put a kit in there for now and see what it comes back with. Alright, last kill. I guess I'll let him out for some air so I can see him go down. There he goes. Let's see what we get. Come on. Something good on the last one. Imagine if I got the bottle. Ah, nothing. Still pretty successful 100. Let's go back to the bank and see what we got. The final loot from these 100 Vampyre Krakens was just over 10 mil. Pretty lackluster besides the uniques. Definitely going to come back to chase the bottled storm, but hopefully I'll be able to get the dragon keel parts elsewhere. I completed 5 of the bounty quests while I was doing this, and got just over 100,000 XP total. Hopefully we learn more about the sailing combat system, and we can kill things a little bit more efficiently. But until then, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're not, because I'll be doing a loot from video on frost dragons coming up in a few days here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.